Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 to a eyebrow grooming video that I already uploaded. So basically, if you haven't seen part 1, please go back and watch that and clean up your eyebrows really nicely and then come back here and I'll teach you how to fill them in. Alrighty, so I'm going to explain how I fill in my eyebrows most of the time, but along the way, of course, I'll give different options and tips, different things you can try as well. Currently, there are so many products out there on the market. I feel like it's important that I let you know you don't need to have the latest, newest product. You just need to play with the powder, a gel, and a pencil and figure out which texture you like best or which works best for you. It's also okay if you prefer to use 2 of those at a time. If you happen to like using both powder and gel, or like to switch up the color of your eyebrows often, this is a really great palette. It's extremely affordable. Right now I think they even have like a buy one get one free special, but this is really good. It even has a little wax and I'll make sure to link it down below. There's also little gel pots like the Anastasia one. That's an option. It's pretty much just the same thing that's in here, just a different brand. And then there's also pencils. Lately, I've been using this Mary Kay pencil, and it's not even a brow pencil, it's an eyeliner, but it also has the same consistency, so it works very well for me. Okay, so if you saw part 1, then you already know where the eyebrow should begin and all that stuff. If you didn't, then you can find it on the top right corner of here. Okay, so I'm going to show you 2 ways that I fill in my brows. First, I'm going to do it with this pencil. This is what it looks like when you twist it out. As you can see, it's not very sharp. That's why I like to apply color and then with the brush, detail it. Since we want that gradient eyebrow, first I'm going to apply to the tail because that's where I want the most product. That's where I want it the darkest. So first, I'm applying the product to the thickest part of my brow. And this color may not be for everybody. For today, I'm going with a really bold dark brow, but you can choose whatever color you want, of course. Now with an angled eyebrow brush, I'm spreading the product out and extending my tail a little bit. It's pretty much like coloring, you can say. You just want to fill in your brow, but you want to stick to the outer half of your brow first. For brushes, right now I'm using the Mary Kay angled brush. But I actually am really obsessed with the Dose of Colors one now because it's so slim and it's actually meant for eyeliner, but it works great for eyebrows and it even has that little spoolie at the end, so in a way I think that it's a dual usage brush. You want to pull the tail out towards your temple, don't curve it down because that's when you get those kind of McDonald's eyebrows and you don't want that. So make sure you're pulling the tail out. Then lightly, you're going to want to come closer to the inside for that sort of ombre effect, but don't put anything at all on that inner corner whatsoever. Actually, hold on. If you have no hair at the front of your brow, go ahead and use a very thin brush like the Dose of Color one and add little fake hair strokes in the front. But that's the only exception. That is the only way you're going to achieve those Instagram baddie eyebrows. So actually, before I clean this eyebrow up, I'm going to go ahead and show you a different technique that I use also. And I'm going to do that on my other eyebrow. So as of right now, this is what my eyebrow looks like filled in with a pencil. It still needs to be cleaned up, but I just want to show you the difference between the brows. And then I'm going to show you right now what I do with the powders. So again, starting at the fullest part of the brow, I'm using the shade up on the right corner and I'm just gently filling in my eyebrow and shaping it as I go. Now for the tail or the end of the eyebrow, I am using a much darker brown and I'm just applying it to the tail. And if you want them darker, you can just build it up with more product. Also, just a side note, some people like to create a stencil by using concealer and creating the outer part of the brow and then filling in with brow products, but I feel like that takes too much work and this way it's much easier and faster. Now for the cleanup, you can use so many different things. You can use a BB cream, a foundation, a concealer, anything you like. But now if you're going to be starting with your eyebrows first, I would say use anything. If you're going to do your eyebrows after your foundation, definitely be careful not to use something too white or too light because it will show up. And you don't want to look funky with that like halo thing around your eyebrow. Another option is a pencil like this. It's an all-purpose pencil in basically skin color, and you would just take it. I'm going to show you really fast on my forehead just so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, so you would just take this and draw under your eyebrow to kind of shape it and clean it up. You would just have to be kind of gentle and careful. But yeah, that's another option as well. Now what I use is concealer, so I use a flat brush like this. Well, this exact brush is what I use, and I love it because it's very flat and thin, so I can just use this to kind of clean up under my eyebrow and all around. I have been using this Perfecting Concealer because I use it daily under my eyes already. I love the way it works under my eyes, so might as well use it on my eyebrows as well. I like to take some on the brush and then brush the brush on the back of my hand and basically just warm up the product and flatten out the brush even more or as much as I can, and then that's what I use to clean up my brows. And it's also important to blend out the product as you go because you don't want it to just dry in place. Now I'm just going to do the same to the top. And you can just take your finger and blend out the excess concealer as well. You're also going to want to make sure that you clean up between your brows because you don't want to be left with a strange color spot there. Alright, that's basically it. You can see here the powder versus the pencil on this side, and they're pretty similar, maybe a little bit different in color, but pretty much you get the same thing going on. I would, however, recommend at the end to brush your brows a little bit just to soften any harsh edges. Also, you can use a brow gel or a product that will hold your eyebrows in place. There's very many different types of brow gels. Here's one that my mom gave me. This is actually a colored gel, and if you can see closely, it actually has little fibers that attach to your hair and make your eyebrow look fuller. This isn't my color and I don't need fuller brows, but I do want to brush and soften the outline of my brows, so I'm just putting a little bit on. Okay, my eyebrows are complete, and that is all for this tutorial. I truly hope you learned something new, at least 1 or 2 new things to add to your routine. As always, thank you so much for watching my videos, and until next time, bye!